Bava Metziah Daf Mem Beis Amid Aleph. We're going to begin on the Mishnah on the top of Amafkin Mois Eitzel Chaveri. So the Mishnah, Amafkin Mois Eitzel Chaveri, if a person who deposited coins with another. So the Allah is like this: if the shamer bound it in the cloth and slung it behind him, or he gave them to his minor son or his daughter for shmira, or locked the door before them, inappropriate, like it wasn't a secure manner. So Allah is chayav. The Allah is the shamer is chayav. Why? Because the shamer did not safeguard the coin in the manner typical for the shamer. Now, the aim shimer kederach hashemnim, but if he safeguarded the money in the manner that shemnim safeguard items and nevertheless was stolen, he's potter. So in the first case, when he's mafkin by his friend, he deposited coins with another, and the shamer now bound it in a cloth and slung it behind him, or he gave it to a libnei b'tek tanim, and it wasn't guarded properly, so that he's going to be chayiv. Right, because he wasn't responsible. But if he was responsible, then he's putter, because what should he have done? It's he guarded properly. So the Gemara says like this: granted, in all the other cases, the shemer is chayiv to pay, as he did not safeguard the money in the manner that the shemer safeguards the item. But if the shemer bound it in a cloth and slung it behind him, what should the shemer have done? He did everything proper. So the Torah says that you shall bind up the money in your hand. From what we learn, even though it's bound, it must be in your hand. And since the money was not in your hand, it was not in the shemer's hands, that's considered like a shtickle negligence. Person's money should always be found in his possession. So, pshat is, he should not invest all of his money, leaving it with no money available for other things. Like the pasuk says, you shall bind up the money in your hand. Rabbi S says, person should always divide his money into three. Shlish bekarka, he should divide his money a third in ground and real estate, shlish beprakmatya, and invest 1/3 in business and prakmatya, and shlish tachasodi, and keep 1/3 in his possession. Liquid. Rabbi S says, in Bava Metziah Daf, bracha is found only in matters concealed from the eye. Like it says, Hashem will command blessings with you in your storehouses. In other words, where the grain is concealed. Bracha is found only in a matter over which the eye has no rulership or no dominion. The pasuk says, Hashem will command bracha with you in your storehouses. We learned in a brayso, one who goes to measure the grain of his threshing floor, he should say, and be the will of Hashem, that you send bracha upon the products of your hands. His cholamut, if he began to measure the grain, he says, blessed is he who sends bracha upon the pile of grain. If one measured and afterwards recited the bracha, so the din is a tefillah shav. It's a bracha in the vein. Because the bracha is found neither in a manner that is weighed, nor in a manner which is better measured, nor in a manner that is counted. Rather, it's found in a manner concealed from the eye. Like it says, Hashem will command bracha with you in your storehouses. Amar Shmuel says, money is only, the safeguarding for money is only in the ground. Amar Rava says, he says that Shmuel agrees if one received the deposit of Shabbos Eve at the Bein Hashmashos, Chachamim did not impose him to bury it in the ground immediately. If after Shabbos he delayed and did not bury the money within the period of time needed to bury it, Mechayev is chayev to pay the owner if it's stolen. So when I want to know Savar, and if the one who deposited the money is a Talmud Chacham, and the Shemer thought, perhaps he requires money for Avdallah, and this is the reason why he did not bury the money immediately, then he may delay burying the money a bit longer. Where it says about the Shchicha Gishashia, and now that the ramagers, in other words, people who dig to find the still buried property, and there's the only safeguarding for money is in the beams of the roof of the house. And nowadays, if there's like dismantlers who attempt to find the still property hidden in beams, and the only place to guard is between the bricks of the wall. And whatever Shmuel says, the Shmuel agrees that money can be safeguarded on the wall, or between the corners of the house. Now, but in the Shishah Lefochi, and nowadays that the tappers tap the walls to find the still property hidden there, and so the only way to guard it is in the handbreadth of the wall adjacent to the ground, or in the handbreadth of the wall adjacent to the ceiling. Or because tapping on the wall will not reveal the... How?
This big spot to you. I just think the wall there was more. It talked about all the
right, the third house, yeah. Right, all right. Son of Rav Yisuf said to Rav Ashi, Hasam Tanan. There in the Mishnah Pesachim we learned, Chamesh Nafa Lav Mapelis. We have like this: when you have a chametz bread, a polish like a rock slide fell. So the halacha is hariyukum uvayer. It's like the chametz was eliminated, and because it's going to remain there forever. Shimon Gamliel Emer Kol She'ena Kel Yochel L'Chapes Acharov. Shimon Gamliel says the halacha applies in a case where the bread, the chametz, is covered to the extent that a dog is unable to detect it. The Tana was taught, Kama Chafisis HaKelev, how much is the measure of the detection of the dog? Shloisha Tvachim. 3 Tvachim. So the question is, Achamai, here, what's the halacha? Mi ba'inan Shloisha Tvachim, Olay. Do we require that the money be... Okay, so the question is, we know right, that, let's say, chametz, that a mapelis fell on it, hariyukum b'veir, so it has to be like, and Shimon Gamliel says that kol shenakel yochal l'chapes acharov is considered k'b'veir, and we say shloisha tvachim, the shadows with money when you bury it, does it have to be shloisha tvachim or not? So Rav Ashi said to Rav Ada, also mishum reicha, there with regards to the chametz, is due to the scent, it's due to the smell, that we require 3 tvachim to obscure it from the dog. The regards to the money, it's because it must be hidden from the eye that we bury it. So therefore, we don't really need 3 tvachim because we just need that the eye doesn't see it. Fretting one of a kama, how deep does the money need to be buried? Mesivta is a tefach. Why is this a story? Who gavra the afki zuzi gabi was a maisa, the man who deposited money with another. A sivnu b'tzdu for the urvana. The shamer placed it in a willow hut and iluf. So what happened? A certain man deposited money with another person. The shamer placed it in a willow hut and the money was stolen. Rabbi Yisuf said, Afal gavlin ganobe nitirusihi. Although with regards to Geneva, placing the money in the hut is a good shmira, but inura pshirusihi. With regards to fire, this is considered a pshia, it's considered negligent. It's likely to burn. And therefore, in a case where the incident was initially thought through negligence, ultimately by accident, the halacha is still chayiv. The other people say, even though in regards to fire, take it's a pshia, and then ganovi, when it comes to Geneva, it's considered a guardian. Chedas b'pshia b'sefer b'eines is part of it. The halacha is chedas b'pshia b'sefer b'eines, even if initially it was through pshia and ultimately by accident, halacha is going to be chayiv. Where it says a story of Gavra the Afki Zuzik Abe Chavra, there was a certain man who deposited money with another, And eventually the owner of the money said to the shemer, Amalei, have the zuzi, give me my money. Amalei, the shemer said to him, I do not know where I placed it. He came before Rava. Amalei, they said, every circumstance where a shemer claims I do not know it, is if Shia and Zil Shalom, you have to go pay. Next story. What are you saying, Arbaran?
No, I'm saying it's a shit. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. There was a certain man who deposited money with another. Shemer gave the money to his mother. She placed the money in the chest and it was stolen. Rava said, how should judges rule in this case? Let us say to the shemer, Zil Shalom, go pay. But the problem is Amar, but he can say that Kol mafkid, anyone who deposits an item with another, that's mafkid, with the awareness that at times the shemer, his wife, and his children will safeguard the item that he deposited. So therefore he says, I was within my rights to give the deposit to my mother. So name it Leila Ima, let us say to his mother, Zil Shlimi, go and pay. Amra, she can say, my son did not tell me that the money is not his, so that I should bury it. Now, so name a lay, let us say to the shemer, why didn't you say to her that the money is not yours? So Amar, you can say, all the more so that if I was to tell her that the money is mine, she's even more careful with it. Rava says like this. The shemer takes the oath that he gave the money to his mother. His mother takes a shvuah that she places the money in the chest and it was stolen. The shemer is pater from payment. The word says, so certain abitropos who acted on behalf of orphans, who purchased an ox for the orphans and passed it to the coward. The ox did not have molars and other teeth with which to eat. The ox died because it wasn't able to eat the standard food that an ox eats. How should judges rule in this case? If we say I gave it to the cow guy, that he should take care of it. If you say to the one who takes care of the bucker, I placed the ox with other oxen. I threw him food. I didn't know he doesn't eat. So I'm asking, after all, this coward is the shemer sachar of the orphans. Therefore, he was required to examine the situation and ascertain if the ox was eating. It says, if there was a loss for the orphans, indeed, your talk is right that he is chayav to pay. What are we dealing with? We're talking about a case where there is no loss incurred by the orphans. How's that possible? As they found the previous owner of the ox who sold it to them, and the orphans took their money back from him after discovering that the ox had a deficiency. Or it says, so who then claims compensation for the cow? Mori the Torah Katoin. The previous owner of the ox claims the compensation from the abitropos. He should have informed that the ox was not eating. Man medinale, so you should have informed that the ox was not eating. So the way asks, what should he inform the previous owner? He knows that it was a mistaken transaction, as he would be aware that the ox had no teeth. The saf seda the zaman ma'acham. In a case with regards to a trader who buys from here and sells from there and doesn't know the condition of the ox, so therefore, trader takes the oath that he did not know that the ox is defect. A cow pays the value of the meat, and the ox pays the cheapest price available on the market. There was a certain man who deposited these hops which is used for beer, with another. The day non-bikar the kshusah. The shamer himself had a pile of these kshusah. On Saturday, the shamer said to the brewer, "Mehei to me, cast this kshusah, these hops in the beer from this pile." So the brewer went and cast from the other pile, the pile of the one who deposited the hops into the beer. How should we judge this case? Let us say to the shamer, go and pay. But he can say, the brewer said, cast these hops from this pile, I'm not at fault. Namely, the star today, let us tell it to the brewer, Zil go pay. Amar, he can say, the shamer did not tell me, cast from this pile, did not cast from this pile. I thought he was just giving me advice. I did not know that he was insistent that I refrain from using the other hops. Now the word says, now, if the hops of the shamer were closer to where he and the brewer were located, then those that were deposited with him, the shamer should be chayiv. As if the brewer delayed bringing the hops for the period of time that it would take to bring shamer hops from his pile, so and he did not. So galadaita the nechalev deloy. So by not objecting, the shamer revealed that he was happy with the brewing of the beer. And the Gemara says this is a case where he did not delay bringing the hops, or the two piles were basically equal distant. Because ultimately, what loss is there? But doesn't the shamer proffer this case? Let the shamer give the owner of beer equal to the value of the hops that he took from the deposit, and no one loses. Or if somebody did have a shichla challah. Whereas referring to the case with a beer ferments, it becomes vinegar. Therefore, it's impossible to take the value of the hops from the beer. Rashi says, it's referring to the case where the hops were mixed, big case, with thorns, and not enhance the beer. Well, Shamlin the Mekis, and he pays the value of the hops mixed with thorns according to this prophet.